What if I told you that there is only one masculine quality that can drastically influence a woman's attitude toward a man? If a man possesses this quality, a woman will love and respect him even over time. But if he lacks this character trait, then not long after the relationship begins, little will remain of that woman's love and respect. It is the presence or absence of this quality that often determines the fate of a relationship. Either it will be happy, or it will slowly but surely fade away. Let me tell you the story of James's relationship to clearly illustrate this. James is 29 years old, an average man with average looks and a decent though not beloved job. All of his few relationships ended with the woman initiating the breakup. He genuinely loved and valued the women he tried to build relationships with and invested a lot in them. As is often the case, things started out well, even great. He was in love, and the feeling seemed mutual. At least that's what he thought. But at some point, a trigger would occur, a moment that would set off the gradual decline of the relationship. After the breakup, these women would go on to find other men who, by many standards, were worse than James. This baffled him every time he found out. He kept asking himself, why does this keep happening? It's worth noting here that for James, the most important factor when choosing a woman was her physical attractiveness. If a woman had the looks, he didn't really care about her inner qualities. The outer appearance, the beautiful wrapping, was what mattered most to him. If a meeting with such a beautiful woman went well, he was, of course, pleased. After all, it could be the beginning of a real relationship. However, it usually wasn't long before yet another woman told James that it would be better if they just stayed friends, or she simply stopped answering his calls. And then Emily appeared on the horizon. A woman who wasn't the most beautiful, but by no means unattractive either. She made the first move toward James. She was the first to write to him. And truthfully, he only agreed to meet her because at that moment he had no other options. As expected, after the meeting, Emily didn't stir any special feelings in James. He went on with his usual life. However, Emily continued. Let's say pursuing James. She made efforts to get closer to him, while he simply didn't pull away. A thought often crossed his mind. If only the women I really liked behaved the way she does. Several months passed, and Emily eventually realized that she was knocking on a closed door, one that no one intended to open. In the end, she saw that she had taken 10 steps toward James, while he had simply stood still, neither moving closer nor pulling away. And here we come to the quality that many women subconsciously look for in a man. The ability to assess a relationship realistically and act accordingly. Let me explain what I mean. In James's story, there were women he was initially very attracted to. He expressed this through attention, gifts, and constant effort. Essentially, these women hadn't done anything for James aside from being physically attractive, yet he was doing everything for them. Let's be honest, that's not the most reasonable behavior for a man. As a result, the woman's interest quickly faded. On the other hand, there was Emily, who had one-sided feelings for James. Yes, for a while she genuinely showed initiative and invested in the communication. But after some time, Emily realized that this communication wasn't leading anywhere. So she, too, left James. It's important to understand that the point of this story isn't about whether a woman is beautiful or not. That's not where true value lies. If a man likes a particular woman, then beyond just his attraction, he needs to pay attention to whether she is also investing in the relationship. If she is great, continue the relationship. If she isn't, then there's no point. A man who understands this balance, this principle of mutuality, will have healthy, fulfilling relationships.